Okay, here's my attempt at showing you how short rows work, or how I do them anyway. But so you knit to where you need to start your short rows. And I realize I hold my yarn weird when I knit, and I hope that doesn't confuse you any further. Okay, we'll call this place good here, I think. I lied. We're going to go a little further. Okay. So, this is where I want my short row to start. So you turn your work like you're going to start to purl. But before you purl, you want to put your yarn in the back of your work. And then you start purling, and when you bring the yarn over to pull it through for your purl stitch, you create a yarn over, making an extra stitch. So I just did 2 stitches instead of 1. So you purl back however many stitches you want to purl. And then where you want to turn, you turn your work. And instead of just starting to knit right back, you want to do the same type of thing. Instead of just knitting with your yarn in the back like you would normally do, you want to bring your yarn to the front and then start knitting, and that'll create another yarn over. And then, so you do your yarn over, and then you knit back to where you started purling, which I didn't count my stitches, I usually do, so, which is right here. Okay, so you want to knit to the gap, so I have 1 more stitch to go. And this is the extra stitch that I created. And you want to knit that together with the next stitch. And obviously I'm not knitting in the round, so bear with me for a second here. Let me get to the end. I'm not sure if you can hear it in the background, but Christian is screaming for me from his bedroom. Okay, so when I get to the end, I'm going to slide it down and pretend that I'm knitting in the round so I don't have to purl anything. Okay. So if I was knitting in the round, it would be knit, knit, knitting. Ah, I'll lose my yarn. There we go. Okay. So as you come up to where you purled, it'll be a gap. If I can find it. Oh, right here, I just knit it. Okay, so you want to knit to 1 stitch before you created that extra stitch. So this is the last stitch before the extra stitch. This is the extra stitch. And you want to do a slip, slip, knit. So you slip 1 knitwise, you slip the extra stitch knitwise, and then you knit them together through the back loop. And I always pull the stitch after either the knit 2 together or the slip, slip, knit. I always pull that kind of tight to close up if there's any gap or anything. And then you just keep knitting, and you knit as many rounds as you need to knit until your next set of short rows, and you just do the same thing over again. So you see, I don't know if you'll be able to see them or not, but, and then if you get to the short row that you just did and there's a little bit of a gap, just pull the yarn tight and it'll just close it up. Blocking will help. If you have holes or anything, you can kind of stretch those and finagle them and make them look all right, but I don't worry too much about it. while I'm knitting it. And this is acrylic, so it looks like crap anyway, but let me see if I can. Okay, let's see. That was the second set I did, so see how it's kind of a funny shape, but this is the one that I just did. There's one end of it. Where's the other end? Right here. Ooh, where's the camera? Ooh, there we go. So this is the slip knit, and this was the knit two together. Not the nicest job, I guess. There's a little bit of a hole there. It takes a lot of practice and, you know, learning your tension and how to pull it and where to pull it and all that, but hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any other questions.